One day, a troubled young man arrived at a quiet monastery. He carried a heavy burden, not of possessions but of anger and resentment. He sought out the monk, looking for a way to heal from his pain. With sadness in his eyes, he said, "Master, I've been wronged deeply. I cannot forget it nor forgive. How can I let go of this anger that keeps me awake at night?" The monk listened, his expression gentle and understanding. "Sit with me, and let me share a story that may help you find peace and forgiveness." The monk held up 2 stones, one in each hand. "These stones," he began, "represent the pain you carry. Imagine walking through life holding onto them tightly. Your hands become sore, your arms heavy, and soon every step you take becomes more difficult." He paused, his gaze resting on the young man. "Now imagine if you could release them. How light would you feel?" Forgiveness is the release. It's not about erasing what happened, but about freeing yourself from the weight of carrying it around every day. Forgiveness, the monk continued, is often misunderstood. Many believe it's a gift we give to those who hurt us. But in truth, forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves. Holding on to anger and resentment is like holding on to hot coals, thinking it will somehow harm the other person. But in the end, we are the ones who get burned. The young man watched as the stones skipped across the river, feeling a glimmer of understanding. The monk pointed to a large old tree swaying gently in the wind. "See that tree? Over the years it has faced storms, harsh winds, and scorching sun. Yet it stands tall, growing stronger with each challenge. But what if the tree held on to each storm, each wind? It would have broken long ago. Like the tree, we must learn to let go of what has passed, allowing ourselves to grow taller and stronger. Forgiveness allows us to release, to bend, but not break." The monk continued, "Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself to learn and move forward. When you forgive, you acknowledge the lesson, but you no longer let it control your life. Imagine the past as a book. You can read it to gain wisdom, but don't carry its weight everywhere you go. Forgiveness is the act of closing that book and moving on." Forgiveness isn't just about others, it's also about forgiving yourself, the monk said softly. Sometimes the hardest forgiveness to grant is to ourselves, for mistakes, for choices we regret, for words we wish we hadn't said. But remember, we are all learning, every day. By forgiving yourself, you give yourself permission to grow, to change, and to love yourself, despite your imperfections. The young man looked down, feeling the weight lift just a little from his own heart. The monk then invited the young man to hold a small stone in his hand, symbolizing the pain he carried. "When you are ready," the monk said, "release the stone into the river. Let it carry away your pain, your anger, your resentment. See it not as a loss, but as a liberation." As the young man let go of the stone, he felt a sense of lightness, a new beginning, as the weight of resentment slipped away with the flowing water. "Forgiveness brings us peace," the monk said softly, "not because it changes the past, but because it allows us to live fully in the present. The pain that others caused us no longer has to define us. It can simply be a part of our journey, something that made us stronger and wiser, something that we can now release." The young man closed his eyes, feeling a quiet peace settle within him, knowing he had taken the first step toward true freedom. Forgiveness is a powerful act of self-liberation. By letting go of resentment, we create space for peace, for joy, for growth. If this story has touched you, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more journeys of healing and wisdom. And remember, the power to forgive is within you. Release what no longer serves you and find peace within yourself.